Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and welcome to the first in a new series of videos where I will quickly run down the newest soloable board games to hit the retail market, at least where I live in the United States. These games are available to purchase and play right now, no waiting on crowdfunding fulfillment. This isn't going to be a definitive list. Instead, I'm going to focus on a handful of games which appeal most to me. If I've missed a release that you feel deserves attention, please mention it in the comments below. Let's start everything off with a little game called Vantage. I just created 2 solo playthroughs and a first impressions video on the channel for Vantage, so make sure you check those out to learn everything you need to know about how the game plays. In brief, it's an open world cooperative exploration game for 1 to 6 players. And it's not a campaign game, but rather it plays in self-contained sessions, which can last anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. I'm a big fan of the game. Again, go listen to my first impressions video for a deeper discussion. The important thing is that orders for Vantage are supposed to launch today, July 9th, on the Stonemaier Games web store, with a retail release coming soon after. I know a lot of my subscribers have expressed interest in Vantage, so go to the Stonemaier website if you're interested. Next up, I want to talk about Shackleton Base, A Journey to the Moon. This was released last year in Europe, I believe, so many of you have probably already played this, but the Pandasaurus edition was recently released in the US, and I've only just been able to pick up a copy like last week. This was on my top 10 most anticipated board games of Essen 2024, so you know I'm interested. Shackleton Base looks to be a fairly heavy worker placement game for 1 to 4 players, where you take the role of like a space agency trying to expand your presence on a base in the Shackleton crater of the moon's south pole. I love a cool sci-fi space setting for a game, and boy, we've been getting a bunch of those with Vantage and SETI, Galactic Cruise, Moon Colony Bloodbath. I'm all for it. I say keep them coming. Now, the main headline-worthy aspect of Shackleton Base is that as part of setup, you're going to pick 3 corporations randomly out of 7 available, with each corporation having unique actions, projects, and scoring opportunities. I'm interested to see how much this actually changes the feel of the game from play to play. It reminds me a little bit of SETI in how you randomly pick 2 aliens each game. That changed up the gameplay quite a bit, but not at like a fundamental level. Check out my full playthrough of SETI if you haven't to see what I mean. I suspect Shackleton Base will be the same, but I'm excited to find out. Next up is the long-awaited The Dark Quarter. The Dark Quarter was one of my top 10 most anticipated games all the way back in 2023. It's a cooperative adventure campaign game for 1 to 4 players set in a fantastical reimagining of 1980s New Orleans. Quoting from the description, it's a world full of magic, where hexing curses are sold on every street, where voodoo priestesses and creatures of the night are lurking around every corner, and where even the most mundane crimes have a tinge of the supernatural in them. As far as settings go, this might only be topped by the Weird West of Doomtown Reloaded. Another selling point is that apparently decisions you make will affect both your character and also the direction and course of the story. I really hope they can pull that off. Keep in mind, this is an app-driven experience. You'll need to download a free app from Apple, Google Play, or Steam, and it's impossible to play without the app. I know that that's going to be a complete deal breaker for some people, but it's not for me. Next on my list is Core of Discovery. This is a cooperative adventure deduction game with a puzzle element of some sort for 1 to 4 players, but it plays best solo according to Board Game Geek. Players take the role of a crew member on the Lewis and Clark expedition across America. But I guess in this fictional world, they are also trying to eradicate monsters that have infiltrated the land. The subtitle says it's set in the world of Manifest Destiny, which is a comic book series which I am just not familiar with. I have to say, I love the art, so I'm actually interested in learning more about the comic book series. Now, here in the game, there seems to be quite a lot of variability, with 22 different maps that can be switched in and out each session. There's also 2 different chapters with unique mechanisms. Hopefully all this variability will result in a lot of replayability, but we'll have to see. I'm really excited to get this one to the table, hopefully pretty soon. There you go. Now those are the main solo games that I'm interested in checking out. But I still have a few others I want to mention, but I'll be going through these a little quicker. First up, we have Pergola. This is a tile placement game for 1 to 4 players where you'll be developing a garden, growing plants, and attracting insects and small animals. This seems to be a fairly quick and low complexity game. The reason it caught my eye is because the art is by Carolina Kojak, the artist of Meadow. Go check out my top 10 board game artists video for more about her. I'll drop a link in the description. And while you're at it, you might as well go check out my solo playthrough of Meadow. Now don't get confused, Pergola is by a different designer than Meadow, so the theme and the look is similar, but the gameplay is completely different. Next up is Positano. In this simple 1 to 4 player city building game, you take the role of a builder in the village of Positano in Italy, which is depicted on the cover. This game has a 3-dimensional board where you place large 3-dimensional buildings. It certainly looks cool. I'm not exactly sure how the solo mode will work, given this appears to be an auction game where you bid for turn order in order to draft tiles to build and score points. Last but not least, we have Emberleaf. Emberleaf is a tile placement and card dancing game for 1 to 5 players. Now, what is card dancing? If I'm understanding correctly, card dancing is the act of sliding cards into and out of a small tableau in order to trigger skills and effects and create powerful combos. Now that certainly sounds like an interesting mechanism, sounds very Euro-y, and the whole presentation looks very cute and colorful, which I'm a huge fan of. So I might have to give this one a closer look. Before we go, I want to mention the new expansion for the Weird West edition of Doomtown Reloaded called Whispers of War. This is now available on the Pinebox Entertainment web store. The Weird West edition comes with solo rules, so this is technically a soloable game, even though it is better with 2 players. I know not many of you are going to be interested in this, but Doomtown is one of my favorite games of all time, and so I was just really excited to see another expansion. Okay, I think that's it for me. If you find this video useful and you want me to continue this series, please let me know by commenting, liking the video, and subscribing to the channel. If enough people enjoy this, I'll keep it going. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.